It's not the end of that. It's not. This is not a funeral. This is not a burial. This is not. You understand? This is just two people who came together and just realized. You know, so I'm saying that it wasn't sustainable the way it was, and that's that.
But it wasn't one thing. It wasn't American Idol. It wasn't her working out there. It wasn't.
You know, I think anybody will tell you, you know, how I supported her. You know, from day one.
I see they've gone through some both, and it's hard. I really can second guess it a lot. It breaks my heart where I'm like, this shit never happened if, you know, I wasn't in this life.
J-Ho is unfortunately in her flop era, and Ben Affleck has reportedly reached a breaking point and has allegedly moved out of their house.
I'm a savage! Oh! I'm a savage! Whatever I want, I'm going to get! Whatever I want, I have to get!
Not something that many people can understand, and I feel for them for that because they didn't choose that.
Hollywood's glittering facade is once again cracking, as two powerful men from J-Lo's past, Ben Affleck and Marc Anthony, joined forces to reveal shocking truths. What did they uncover about her secret interactions with Diddy? And what about that elusive tape? Stay tuned as we dive deep into the revelations that could shake the entertainment world to its core. Is this a quest for justice, revenge, or something more? Let's unravel the mystery together. But of course, before I spill anything, make sure first that you subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell for more updates and videos like this.
I'd love to scream too.
I wish we agreed more when...
We're technically still married.
Wow, so technically while we were married, we did agree at some point.
Yes.
You look in the ocean, you see Ben Affleck, and you see Diddy. That's it! J to the L, give me.
They're always dressed to impress. MTV couldn't get enough of them. Remember TRL? Anywhere they went.
Imagine if I told you that Sean Diddy Combs has tapes so shocking they could completely ruin Jennifer Lopez's reputation. These tapes might make you rethink everything you know about J-Lo's journey to stardom and the real reason she broke up with Ben Affleck. But that's not all. Just how far has Diddy gone to hide the truth? Could this be the final blow to J-Lo and Ben's already shaky relationship? Is this Diddy's twisted way of taking a jab at Ben Affleck after his recent struggles? And what exactly do these tapes reveal about the Hollywood superstar? Let's dig into the details. Diddy and Jennifer Lopez have always been a topic of interest, especially during their high-profile romance in the late 90s and early 2000s. Jennifer Lopez and Sean Diddy Combs share a complicated past. They first crossed paths in 1999 while filming her music video for If You Had My Love, sparking a whirlwind romance that ended in 2001 amid infidelity rumors. Rumors that Lopez later confirmed.
Yeah, I was actually, when we first worked together in the video, I was married. Even though I was going through problems, nobody knew that.
Not long after they started dating, the couple was arrested following a nightclub shooting in Times Square in December 1999, which left 3 people injured. Reflecting on that time, Lopez admitted, "I was crying a lot." She was likely thinking, "What have I gotten myself into?" Back in 1999, things got intense at a New York club where J-Lo, Diddy, and the whole Bad Boy Entertainment crew were celebrating Shine's latest album release. The night took a wild turn when Diddy had a heated argument with a guy named Matthew Allen, aka Scar, after a drink accidentally spilled. Scar's reaction made things worse, leading to a confrontation where Diddy reportedly threw money at him. Scar didn't take it lightly and threw cash right back at Diddy. In the charged atmosphere, the situation escalated, ending in gunfire, allegedly from Diddy's direction. Sadly, 3 people in the club were injured, including a woman who was hit in the face. J-Lo and Diddy quickly fled the scene in a '99 Lincoln Navigator, but were soon pulled over by police after running a red light.
Speculation is rife that Diddy intentionally leaked this footage to authorities as a form of revenge against the Carters, allegedly due to their perceived lack of support during his legal battles.
After their arrest, things got even more intense when a stolen item was found in the trunk of their car. They spent a stressful 14 hours in custody, with reports saying that J-Lo was beside herself, crying non-stop. Although they were eventually released on bail, the charges were dropped. Interestingly, Shine took the blame for the shooting supposedly at Diddy's request, with Diddy allegedly promising him a lot of money and support for his family while he was in jail. But here's where it gets even more complicated. Turns out it was J-Lo, not Diddy, who smuggled the firearm into the club that night, something she had reportedly done for Diddy before. Unfortunately, this time, it led to an innocent bystander getting hurt, a fact that the victim later confirmed on TikTok.
When he sees this that her and Puffy be doing and who they be doing it with, I'm quite sure they gave his ass those tapes. And I'm quite sure he can never look at her the same.
Sean and I were very different that way. You know, I was very like family oriented and kind of a, you know, the married type. You know, I was actually, when we first worked together in the video, I was married.
Natanya Rubin, who was injured in the 1999 nightclub incident, is now taking drastic steps to prove that Diddy and J-Lo were behind her injuries. Rubin was at the club in New York and Manhattan when the incident happened, injuring 3 people, including herself. She was shot in the face and is now making a bold and risky offer to help with the case. In a recent News Nation interview, Rubin offered to have bullet fragments removed from her face to use as evidence against Diddy, even if it risks her life. This dramatic move underscores the seriousness of the case and urgency of the investigation. Rubin's willingness to go to such extremes highlights her determination for justice and emphasizes that this long-standing case remains unresolved.
Then December 1999, they go to a party in New York. There are pew-pews involved. They both get arrested. Later, J-Lo was off the hook. I vividly remember people were like, goodness gracious, poor J-Lo, she's with a bad boy, they should break up.
Now, over 20 years later, the case has resurfaced due to a new lawsuit filed by Rodney Lil Rod Jones in February. In his lawsuit, Jones accuses Diddy of making unwanted advances and forcing him into situations with illegal adult workers at Diddy's request. Jones also claims that Diddy lied about his involvement in the 1999 nightclub shooting, alleging that Diddy bragged about bribing witnesses and jurors during his 2001 trial. Court documents even suggest that Jennifer Lopez, Diddy's then-girlfriend, smuggled the gun into the club and handed it to Diddy during the incident. Natanya Rubin, who has been deeply affected by the shooting, hopes this new legal action will finally bring justice and hold Diddy and others accountable. Rubin reflected on her struggles, saying, "When I was fighting for my life on the operating table at St. Vincent's Hospital with doctors trying to remove the bullet from my lungs, they had already detained Miss Lopez, only to release her and drop her charges within an hour. It's absolutely ridiculous." Even after all these years, Rubin feels grateful to be alive and calls herself a living miracle. However, the trauma from that night still haunts her, and she's determined to get justice. Diddy, on the other hand, strongly denies all the allegations. His lawyers have called the lawsuits baseless and sickening, claiming they are just attempts to get money. But for those who might not remember, Diddy and Jennifer Lopez started dating in 1999 and were together for 2 years before breaking up in 2001. In a 2003 interview with Vibe, Lopez revealed that Diddy's cheating was the reason for their split. You might also remember their iconic appearance at the 2000 Grammy Awards, where Lopez made headlines in her famous green Versace dress. Reflecting on that moment in 2017, Diddy told Entertainment Tonight, "I thought it was really going to change the game for her and fashion. I didn't know how big it was going to be, but it was a great moment for her."
They're always dressed to impress. MTV couldn't get enough of them. Remember TRL? Anywhere they went, paparazzi followed. This was a different time. Everyone wanted to know what they were going to wear. Puffy's white party, Loved Up, and everyone was like, OMG, they're so cute.
Diddy has also said that Lopez was, without a doubt, one of his greatest loves. Despite their breakup, they stayed on good terms, even reuniting at a party in 2018. And in 2021, Diddy posted a throwback picture of the two, showing that the connection they once had still meant a lot to him. What makes this story even more intriguing is that when Diddy posted that throwback photo with J-Lo, she was actually rekindling her romance with Ben Affleck. The timing couldn't have been more perfect, fueling rumors and raising eyebrows all around.
Do you want to know when Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez's marriage troubles began? On their honeymoon. Let me break it down for you. A report just came out in page 6. Translation: somebody very close to Jennifer Lopez in her camp is speaking out, getting out her side of the events.
The photo Diddy posted with the caption #TBT didn't have any explanation, but it was posted right when J-Lo and Ben Affleck were reconnecting. Of course, this got the internet buzzing with speculation. Was Diddy trying to stir up trouble, or was it just a nostalgic look back? Diddy quickly addressed the rumors in an interview with Vanity Fair, saying, "There was no trolling involved. That's just my friend." He made it clear he wasn't trying to comment on J-Lo's relationship or her life, but by then people were already questioning if there was more to the story. Adding to the complexity, Diddy had 2 serious relationships before J-Lo, both marked by troubling mistreatment, both emotional and physical. These women who were deeply involved with Diddy saw a darker side of him long before J-Lo came into the picture.
And then they debut as a couple. They're both from New York. She's from the Bronx. He's from Harlem. People can't get enough of them. They are quite literally the it couple. They're doing red carpets together. They're at fashion shows. They're throwing parties.
One woman speaking out is Misa Hilton, who dated Diddy in the early 90s and has a son with him, Justin Combs. Although their relationship seemed glamorous, it was troubled. Hilton has openly discussed the negative impact Diddy had on her life. After footage of Diddy mistreating Cassie surfaced, Hilton took to Instagram, sharing her heartbreak and personal trauma. She emphasized the lasting scars Diddy has left on those close to him. Hilton also shared photos of Diddy's 5 children, pointing out the toll his behavior has taken on his family. She highlighted the efforts of the women who have supported his children, stressing their commitment to providing a stable and nurturing environment. She also brought attention to the difficult reality faced by 2 of Diddy's youngest children who lost their mother, Kim Porter, and now rely on others for support. Kim Porter's story is especially tragic, as she endured similar mistreatment to Cassie. Diddy's aggressive behavior towards Kim is widely known. One shocking incident even left her with a broken nose.
It was me, him, and Kim in the hospital when he was bleeding like crazy. And that was the beginning of him, and that's the first thing I knew about people getting hooked on opioids.
But I absolutely, and apparently she said nothing.
Reports say the incident happened during a heated argument on Diddy's yacht in Saint-Tropez. Diddy was so concerned about the injury that he flew in a plastic surgeon from Geneva to fix Kim's nose. Even though the injury was serious, Porter downplayed it later, saying she hurt her nose by accidentally banging it on a table. Many people didn't buy this explanation. Adding more insight to the story, Gene Deal, Diddy's former bodyguard, has shared what he saw behind the scenes. Deal, who witnessed a lot of the drama, revealed that their conflicts were much more intense than what the public knew.
When they were at home, at Kim's house on 110th Street, he wanted to, put his hands on her in the wrong way. And Kim took one of those corkscrews and ripped his wrists up.
It looks like Diddy's mistreatment might have been a factor in Kim Porter's untimely demise. Officially, Kim passed away peacefully from pneumonia, but there are troubling details that make her passing seem suspicious. For example, there were reports of blood on her pillowcases and a trail of blood leading from her bedroom to the bathroom. This doesn't match the idea of a peaceful passing and raises serious questions about what really happened. Adding to the mystery, there were reports that Kim's 911 call for help was ignored. She made her last call to 911 at 2:43 a.m., but according to Kimora Lee Simmons, her body wasn't found until around 11 a.m. the same morning. The delay in finding her body, combined with the blood evidence, has led many to believe that something much darker might have occurred.
The club, and the next thing you know, he don't even want Kim no more. That's what they learned at the freak off. How to steal bitch.
Meanwhile, sources say Marc has been increasingly concerned and frustrated about J-Lo's relationship ups and downs. It's not just about her hopping from one high-profile romance to another, it's also about how this attention is affecting their children. Imagine being a teenager and seeing your mom's love life all over the tabloids and gossip sites. That's tough for anyone. But things are getting serious. Marc seems to have reached his breaking point with J-Lo's latest reunion with Ben Affleck. Remember when Bennifer 2.0 made headlines? While the public was excited about their romance, Marc saw nothing but red flags. Marc and Jennifer were once one of Hollywood's top couples, but their relationship ended unexpectedly. Meanwhile, Ben Affleck is dealing with the breakup by riding his new motorcycle, which he calls his little escape. The real reason for the split is pretty straightforward. Marc says the marriage just wasn't working anymore. They both saw it coming, so it wasn't a complete shock. The toughest part was explaining it to their twins, Max and Emmy. Despite everything, Marc is committed to being their dad, and the kids are used to their parents being busy. They're handling it as best they can. Right now, Marc is worried that J-Lo's constant relationship changes are affecting the kids' sense of stability. Kids need stability just like fish need water. You might think, but don't Marc and J-Lo have co-parenting figured out? Well, it turns out that the Bennifer drama is really straining their co-parenting relationship. It's like trying to keep a house of cards standing in a windstorm. Now, what kind of footage could Diddy have that might link him to these claims? Ted Gunderson, a former FBI special agent, says what's happening with Diddy isn't isolated. He suggests there's a network of underground tunnels beneath Los Angeles used by the elite for disturbing rituals involving children. Diddy's involvement is just one piece of a larger puzzle. While there's no solid proof of tunnels under Diddy's place yet, recent events hint at their existence. A psychic medium who visited after a raid claimed there were tunnels emitting dark energy, likely linked to the crimes. Similar tunnels have been spotted leading to the White House, suggesting this issue might not be unique to LA.
There are places that connect, so what kind of energy? What kind of energy are you picking up?
There's just darkness. I mean, in general, I've always had weird feelings on this street.
Jaguar Wright has long suspected that Diddy is hiding his misdeeds in plain sight. With rumors about tunnels under his home, people can only speculate about what dark secrets might be buried underground. To make things more intriguing, Diddy's house is just 8 minutes from the Playboy Mansion, which is also rumored to have its own network of underground passages. Diddy has even hosted parties at the mansion, famous for its wild gatherings.
Playboy Mansion, but you may not believe what went on under it. Playboy magazine reports it has just discovered blueprints for a network of tunnels beneath the mansion that supposedly led to the homes of Jack Nicholson.
Interestingly, there are claims that these tunnels might connect to the homes of some of the wealthiest people around the world, facilitating secret exploitation of women and children. Given these connections, it's tempting to wonder if Diddy might be involved in similar activities. Rodney Jones, who used to work as a record producer and cameraman for Diddy, has come forward with disturbing claims. He says he was forced into unwanted intimate activities, including being pressured into hiring adult workers and engaging in intimate acts against his will. Additionally, there are reports that Diddy allegedly provided drinks to guests at his parties, some of whom were underage or involved in adult work, with screenshots offered as evidence.
Taking this album on has required so much time, months and at a time, 16 hours, 24 hours a day.
The history of lawsuits against Diddy highlights the seriousness of the claims made by Rodney Jones. Even with the success of their Grammy-nominated album, Jones reveals a troubling experience working with Diddy, including instances of grooming and coercion into intimate activities. The lawsuit details disturbing incidents, such as being forced to watch explicit videos, and allegations of SA involving a female cousin of Young Miami, with Diddy and his staff present.
The new allegations against Sean Diddy Combs, a music producer, is accusing hip-hop mogul of assaulting him and forcing him to have sex with prostitutes.
According to the lawsuit, Lil Rod felt like he was expected to work for Diddy with little in return. He ended up living with Diddy in various places like Los Angeles, New York City, Miami, and even on a yacht in the U.S. Virgin Islands. During this time, Lil Rod claims he experienced things that went way beyond just working on music. The complaint says that Diddy made Lil Rod record him constantly, resulting in a lot of footage and audio recordings. What's shocking is the content of those recordings. Lil Rod, who describes himself as a straight Christian guy, says that Diddy touched him without permission and groped him. He reported this to Diddy's right-hand person, Christina Coram, but she allegedly dismissed his concerns. Lil Rod's lawyer, Tyrone A. Blackburn, has raised serious concerns by comparing Christina Coram to Ghislaine Maxwell, who was associated with Jeffrey Epstein. According to the lawsuit, Diddy allegedly pressured Lil Rod to engage in intimate activities with another producer, offering a major Grammy award as a reward. The situation reportedly worsens with claims that Diddy installed hidden cameras in his homes, capturing private moments and inappropriate activities involving adults.
It has me worried about my kids and just sleeping with anxiety and different things like that. So just moving forward.
The lawsuit paints a troubling picture of Diddy as someone who feels untouchable. Lil Rod claims Diddy has a lot of evidence he uses to control people. According to the complaint, Diddy allegedly served spiked drinks to both minors and adults at his homes and was involved with illegal substances and firearms. The situation becomes even more alarming with Lil Rod's accusation that Diddy tried to cover up a gun incident that reportedly took place in 2012 at Chalice Recording Studios in Los Angeles. The updated lawsuit says the incident incident occurred nearby during a robbery, and a message from the studio to an unnamed person supports this, mentioning police reports and urging patience before making judgments. In the original lawsuit, Lil Rod says there was a heated argument between Diddy, his son Justin, and someone known as G in the studio bathroom. After Diddy and Justin left, Lil Rod claims he found G shot on the bathroom floor. He says Diddy then told him to tell the police he didn't see anything and to try to save G's life. Lil Rod reportedly rushed G to the front of the studio where an ambulance was waiting. It was a frightening situation with Diddy allegedly orchestrating things behind the scenes. Justin, however, denies these claims. On February 27th, the situation took another twist with new accusations emerging. A source familiar with the Los Angeles Police Department's investigation confirmed that Diddy is involved in the case. But the drama doesn't end there. The latest update reveals something even more shocking. It claims that a private investigation linked to Diddy tried to bribe one of Lil Rod's friends to dish out dirt on him. Diddy's lawyer, Sean Hawley, told The Times that these allegations are completely false. He called Lil Rod a liar who's just trying to get money he doesn't deserve. Hawley said they have a lot of evidence proving that Lil Rod's claims are entirely fabricated. They've tried to show this evidence to Lil Rod's lawyer, Tyrone Blackburn, but Blackburn hasn't been responding to their calls. Hawley said they'll address these accusations in court and take action against anyone spreading them.
Now, you said no Diddy, but it seems like there is Lil Rod has come out who he produced the Love album, and it seems like he has recordings, pictures of a whole year and a half.
Smart guy.
Year and a half with Diddy, not getting paid to where he's
Smart
like.
guy.
It seems like you can't say no to Diddy the way he's putting it out. Like, there's a lot of people like, why didn't he say no?
Yeah, that you don't go.
Lil Rod is taking legal action against Diddy and several major figures in the entertainment industry, accusing them of serious misconduct. The lawsuit names Diddy's son, prominent music executives, and Diddy's companies, claiming they violated the RICO Act. If Lil Rod's claims are proven, it could have significant repercussions for Diddy and the entertainment world. The lawsuit also mentions that Diddy allegedly sought help from his friend Bishop T.D. Jakes to deal with a separate lawsuit from Cassie Ventura, who accused him of wrongdoing. Since then, more people have come forward with allegations against Diddy, leading him to step down from his role at Revolt TV, the company he co-founded. But what do you think about all this? Share your thoughts below. That's all for today. We hope you enjoyed that video, and if you did, make sure you like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more videos like this.